scary for us. We're leaving Kaharangi, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to survive with different air and different beech trees. But conditions are good and it looks quite nice up on the ridges up there where we're going. So it should be a pretty good trip. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a 2-nighter in 3 days. It's going to be pretty cruisy days, so we can just chill and enjoy the surrounds. So we're heading up to those tops and up here. That's where we're going to camp tonight, about 1,200 meters. It's that time of year again when the bees and the bumblebees start to come out. Victoria's having some issues with them being attracted to her grape pack.
They were actually attracted to the car, that was the problem before.
Yeah, there's about 5 of them all circling the car.
I'm pretty sure there was about 10.
So, a bit of a stressful way to start the trip.
We have a YouTube channel. My followers. All of my followers.
They're following us as we walk down along this track. About to enter the bush, and then we've got about a steep 800 meter climb up to where we're camping tonight. Should be pretty nice. Hopefully we don't get too wet in the stream. Apparently we've got to crisscross the stream quite a few times. What do we have here, Victoria?
We have a new species to identify. This is some sort of fungus. It's brown, it's got some nice lines across it, quite frilly, going all along this dead trunk.
This is a really nice patch of bush through here. Really nice beech trees, heaps of birds. Nice and mossy, ferns. I think we gradually go up about 100 meters, then we reach the creek and then it starts getting real steep. But yeah, it's nice light through here. Really atmospheric, nice example of the New Zealand bush. Pretty much as soon as we got into the bush, we lost the track. I don't really think there is a track. So we're just using our topo map thing, GPS, to try to find our way through this forest.
So we found some markers, and as you can see there's a very unclearly marked track. I think after the last few weeks and all the storms we've had in the Nelson area, there must have been heaps of trees down, so we've just kind of
this hasn't been, this track hasn't been looked after at all.
Not at all.
We've been bush bashing for an hour and a half and we've come like a kilometre. Made it to the Watson Creek. We got to cross it now and then we make our way up the steep gully. But it was a bit more of a mission getting here than I thought it would be, but that's our fault I think for losing the track. Got some new food for this trip, some nice and natural protein bars instead of the 1 square meals, mixing it up a bit. So I have that with peanut butter slug.
Homemade chocolate chip cookies with coconut.
Departing now to head up to the tree line. Might take us 3 hours, 2 hours, not really sure. Hopefully we can keep to some kind of track and make our way up here reasonably fast.
We've got 600 meters elevation again.
How are those stream crossings?
Good. I think I've added maybe 2 kgs for my feet. My boots are full of water.
Wet feet, heavy boots.
Helping pull me down. Alright, so this is the mole tops along here. Murchison's kind of over this way. We have walked in, we parked over here, we've walked down beside the river, up through the trees here, and now we're just making our way up Watson Creek. So as you can see, it gets pretty steep up through here, and we're just going to follow this right up to here where we're going to camp for the night.
It's about 1,200 meters.
And this app's great because it's going to show us exactly where we are to about 4 meters. So.
And it tells you your altitude. It costs about $5 and you're going to get all the maps in New Zealand.
Yeah. The track's been ravaged.
There's so many trees falling down. You can see up here. You can just imagine in a big flood with heavy rain, so much water just gushing down this little chute. I mean, look at these massive trees just ripped down from the water. The track's completely washed away up here, so we're gonna have to go into the bush. We're at about 1,100 meters now. Track's kinda not so steep here. It seems a bit better. The stream's getting a bit smaller as we get higher, but it's pretty nice terrain through here. Lots of ferns, nice mossy beech trees. Look at this for a campsite.
Beautiful.
It's so nice and flat. Be able to get a real good sleep. The river's not too loud here, so won't be annoying in the night. But we'll get the tent pitched and have a snack. It's been quite a big walk to get up here. But it's a pretty awesome spot. Happy to be here. You can see the mountains through the trees up there. It's awesome. bit excessive to bring the big Agnes tent for this trip, but we are going to be sleeping on the tops tomorrow, possibly, so, you know, peace of mind. It's also quite a lot warmer. But yeah, we've got our summer gear, my beautiful UGQ Bandit quilt, 800 loft. I think there's about 400 grams of down in it, -1 temperature rating. And Cedar Summit Ethelite XT sleeping pads. Having a protein shake and some creatine. Got to keep my muscle gains on point, even when I'm out on missions. Kind of like a cappuccino.
They don't want to see that. They just don't, man. They don't want to see my wrinkly feet. I just This is a disaster. Look at your luscious locks.
The DWR in Victoria's pants works real good at repelling the protein shake. Real cleaned up. Ready for some snacks, I think. Soups. And a big dinner. Pretty hungry.
Soup sensations.
I'm gonna have dinner now. I've got a Tom Kha Gai real meals green curry thing. I'll chuck in my coconut fat and chili flakes. And Victoria has returned to the Radiques. Got the barbecue beef. They're pretty nice. It's a 600 calorie meal. I might start having some of those again soon. Also, special treat for this. The Real Meals chocolate pudding. This thing is a treat. And my legs and hip flexors are so sore. So I'm going to eat it. I'm definitely going to eat it tonight.
Abel just accidentally knocked his dinner over and lost all of his extra coconut oil, and he has proceeded to pick it off the ground like a little wicker.
When you spend enough time around wickers, you learn their skills.
You become one.
And you become one. Although I haven't seen any wickers up here. And there's not really any sandflies. That's quite nice for a change. Also, there's some good bits of chicken in this time.
A surprise.
Is Father going to redeem himself?
It had no chicken in it. And I realised at the end that it was supposed to have chicken. I was thoroughly disappointed.
This guy, Nathan Favre, if you didn't know, he's a legend. And we all aspire to have a little bit of Favre in us. As we're trekking up the hills, struggling along, thinking Nathan. And every time he's pressed that beacon to get rescued.
That smells absolutely divine. I'm really excited about this.
I went off eating the radix a bit because they all kind of taste a little bit like broccoli. They got broccoli odour to them all.
Best part is it only takes 5 minutes as well rather than 10.
Yeah, I think the nutrition in them is better and the taste is pretty good. So next trip I'll be on the radix, probably the 600s. The 800s have a lot of fat in them and they're kind of just a saucy mess. I like the more fibrous meal you can chew on. We've been watching House of the Dragon. I reckon it's a pretty good show. I liked Game of Thrones, although the last kind of 5 seasons or 4 seasons turned to shit a bit. But House of the Dragon's really good, and it's inspiring me to grow my hair out like a Targaryen warrior. I just got to dye it platinum and get a sword. The astute viewers of the channel would know that I have a new spoon. It's this little aluminium Cedar Summit long handle spoon. Makes eating your D-high way better. This is what I'm eating. Saucy.
That's what I've got.
What is that?
I don't know. Lumpy, tasty stuff.
Look at this. This looks legit.
Oh.
Fire's going pretty good. It's a pretty ideal setting here. Don't burn yourself. Give it a stir. Put enough water in.
100 mils, it says.
Only 100?
Yeah.
Pretty hungry, looking forward to this. It's quite a big day.
A lot of walking. I'm just warming my feet with the chocolate pud. This is where we currently are on the map, camping down here. So that is right below the other range, and we're looking back up towards these peaks along here. Tomorrow the plan is to come up this wee creek, go across to this side and end up on the tops.
Camp somewhere up there probably.
The mole tops.
See how we get on. This is the Real Meals chocolate pudding. These things taste delicious. Open wide. How's that?
Delicious.
Man, that's nice. The fire's cranking. It's making me nervous. Get all that put out of the bag. Fresh mountain water's so nice. I wish I could have it at home all the time. If you know, you know. Fresh mountain water. It's been a nice night and a nice day. We should have a good sleep because we've got a perfectly flat campsite and we should be nice and warm because we've got our good gears for this trip. But yeah, I guess we will see you tomorrow for another fantastic day in the great outdoors.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning. We've just woken up and I've made us a little Makona coffee.
I didn't hear any animals in the night. Only the sound of the stream. Had a pretty good sleep. Went to bed at like 9 o'clock. Now it's about 6:30. We don't have to walk very far today, so I'm probably just going to relax.
Sounds good. I slept well too. I've got, with my quilt, it comes with some pad straps. Can't really see, but it's just basically elastic and it's got some little clips, so it clips down the sides of your pad, which meant when I was wriggling around in the night a little bit, it didn't come off me and keep me warm. It was good.
Look at the loft on these things. It's pretty good. For something that weighs such a light amount, they get so lofty and nice. It's looking pretty misty up on the tops. That should pass though, and today should clear up and be pretty nice.
Coffee number 2. This time we've got what some might call a real coffee with Abel's deliciously roasted beans. I believe they're a Colombian San Adolfo.
Colombian natural, home roasted micro lot. Should be nice. Tastes like blackberries and chocolate.
Delicious.
We're all packed up, 9:30, cruisy morning. So now we're gonna head off up the tops. The sun's kind of coming through, so that'll be nice. It's still pretty cold though.
Welcome back to the Species ID segment. This, my friends, is a spinard. A horrible spiky plant with barbed ends. Not really barbed, are they? They're just very, very sharp.
They're rigid and sharp.
If we can get a close up of this, that's like a little needle.
And look, we got some Alpine daisies. It'd be quite nice to put a row of spinards down on the front of your section. So if you had any intruders, they would run in and rip themselves up before they could get into your house and scream and give you some warning. That would be cool. Maybe we should do that. Victoria's overheating. The sun's coming out. We found this exposed kind of slip to walk up. It's way easier than going on the tussocks. There's some people down in the valley coming up behind us. We're almost at the top now. You can see them way down there.
Another species ID for you. We've got this nice soft green little plant here. I don't know what it's called, but it's spiky, but it's not sharp. It's kind of soft.
Strange, it's like a stunted variation of tussock.
Feels nice.
The water in this tarn is very clear. It's pretty nice up here, eh? It's a deluxe cappuccino. We're going to head around the tarn and up onto this ridge. And then over that you can see the expanse of the mole tops. But it's been pretty nice up here, just chilling out. We're not in a rush, so it's good to just absorb the surroundings. Victoria's found some snow. Pretty high up now, almost at the ridge. It's hard work coming up here. Walking on tussocks. It's a relentless climb. It's pretty spectacular though. All the mountains, snow on them, and cloud. Park Ranger.
Last bit to the emergence.
That's the bridge. Whoa. Still quite a bit of snow.
Nelson Lakes over that side. Tarn. And this tarn down here is completely frozen by the looks of it.
Is that the saddle we go over there? Or is it
Must be.
there? We're at 1,695 meters on the ridge, looking out towards the Nelson Lakes. You can see Mount Polo, and there's all these nice little frozen tarns down here. It's quite windy, and the wind chill's pretty up there.
It's quite cold.
But it's spectacular views. Like the extra bit of snow and the freezing tarns just elevates the landscape.
I reckon you should go for a swim.
Nah, man.
For the content, man, they want to see it.
It's not worth it. It's not so cold anymore. So I chuck my rain jacket on. Still quite a bit of snow. There must have been huge dumps up here. The terrain looks jagged. It's nice though. What do you think, Victoria?
It's beautiful. It's just like taking it in. Around.
It's really nice. So many peaks. Try to identify all the mountains.
Such like the hills are so, or the mountain is so big. It just looks enormous. So yeah, I feel very small.
The clouds up here are starting to look a bit dark though.
Might turn into tent camping in the heavy rain.
I don't really want to be in the rain at the tops. Oh well, we could go to Mole Hut or down into the valley if we had to. It's not very far away at all.
So, Abel said this side was pretty steep. And as you can see, it was right.
It's quite windy up here. You can see the mole tops just go straight down. Must be the mole saddle down there. The Jameson Ridge down this bit. Our car's way down there. We're gonna make our way along this ridge now. We're gonna try and avoid the big snow drifts. So we try to stay to the top, hopefully not fall off. But it's absolutely spectacular up here. Just mountain peaks, rugged rocks, tarns. Cold though, a lot of wind chill. We're just chilling on the top of this little saddle, looking down at all this mole top, trying to find out where we're going to camp. And there's a high point up there which is 1770 on the topo, which I think we might climb up just to kill some time and have some fun. But you got spectacular views here. You can see out all the nice grassy valleys, Nelson, Tasman Bay out that way. We'd be able to see Mount Owen, but it's covered in cloud for now, but it should clear up. But it's pretty awesome up here. Definitely worth coming up to the mole tops. It's exceeded my expectations. That is the point that we're going to climb up this rocky high point. Just traversing this little jagged ridge to the high point. Amazing views. It's a bit of cloud coming in. reached the summit. There's a little old marker thing here. Victoria's coming up. Oh. Feels pretty high up here, doesn't it?
Oh. What's this? It's a sign of something. We're at 0.1770 on the map, up above the mole tops.
That's looking back down to the tarn. We're going to camp tonight. Right on the lip of that tarn on that flat spot. And everything's shrouded in cloud. You can see the valley down there where we drove in. Just through the clouds. Gonna head back down now to that tarn. We'll check in when we're down there. We'll get the tent pitched and we'll probably have a soup and just relax and chill out. But it's been awesome coming up to this high point, definitely worth it. We've got a bit of a steep climb back down to our bags.
This is our camp spot for this evening. We've settled on this wee spot here, which is a little bit lumpy and a little bit sloped, but she'll be right, mate.
Yeah, tarn over there. That's the high point that we were just on. Pretty incredible up here. The view back down to the valley looks amazing. You can see light sparkling off our car way down there. But between the clouds, it's like shining light into the bright green valleys. And back down to the lake, you can see our tent. We're just past the tarn. It's amazing up here. This is incredible views. Definitely come to this spot to check out these views. So much variation. So high up. It's like you're on some kind of big plateau.
Moly, moly tops.
Why is it called the mole tops? Could someone in the comments please let me know?
Moly, moly.
So for dinner, I've got this Real Meals bacon mash. I'm going to be having that with the stew, which is going to be a delicious combination. I'm hungry as, haven't eaten much today.
I've got a Radix peri peri.
400 measly calories.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Look at this. The old Radix. This stew is good. It's like a real stew. We've retreated into the tent. We're inside a cloud.
It's time for another stim.
We're gonna have these delicious almond golds now, because I'm just sitting in my quilt on the mole tops consuming treats.
I want to have it now so that I don't have a sugar high before I want to go to sleep.
Got our green light going. Victoria's struggling to keep warm in there.
I'm actually quite warm.
I think it's probably time for bed soon. We have one more chocolate bar. Then we're gonna go to sleep. Hopefully we get... Yeah, Victoria's already falling asleep.
Abel woke me up to say he wants another chocolate bar.
Yes, I hope we get a good sunrise tomorrow. This cloud clears overnight. We have a nice cruisy walk out to the car. Should take maybe 4 or so hours. But yeah, it's been a great trip and looking forward to having a good sleep tonight.
Good morning. It's about 5:30 this morning and Abel's already up making us coffee.
This cloud inversion kind of has more. Look at this behind me. It looks incredible. It's freezing out here. The wind is coming up over that lip and gushing down to where we have the tent pitched. I really need to have on some down pants or something. But look at this. Spectacular morning up here. The light's now hitting the clouds down there. Looks incredible. The mole tops will soon be bathed all in glorious light. That's Mount Bell and Mount Owen emerging through the clouds. It's been such an incredible morning. I've been in and out of the tent because I get up and I get real cold. So I'm back in here now warming up. But just the light on the hills and the clouds and everything, it's just crazy. Pretty lucky to be up here to see this. Just gonna soak a few of these in some hot water. Victoria's struggling to light the wind burner.
My hands are so cold.
My morning gruel. How's your gruel?
Nice.
We're going to begin pack down. My quilt's at maximum loft. The sun's up quite nicely now. But we'll just slowly pack down and then we'll head off. We're going to go down the Jameson Ridge. Should be about 3 hours or so to the car with a little road walk. Tent's all packed up. About to head out. It's not really far. We go along here, down there. Still pretty cold though, so we've got our down jackets on.
Better one chill.
Yeah, so about 3 or 4 hours out. This ridge down here is where we have to go down into the clouds. Looks pretty steep. Beginning the steep traverse deep down into the gullies and into the cloud inversion. Then we reach the mole saddle, we go along a bit, we're at the Jameson track. But coming down here looks alright, going up would be a bit of a grunt.
Doesn't really slide enough to like slide with it.
You can see the track way down there. That's where we're going. Into the abyss. Walking back to the camera. Man, hard. I'm in the cloud now. We're down and about at the mole saddle.
In the clouds.
It's quite misty. It got a lot colder as soon as we came down into this mist.
Absolutely saturated from all the wet tussocks.
We went a bit off the track.
Bit off the grid.
And had to walk through the mist. Got wet. 3 hours it says. Then we got the fun road walk.
It's like a fairy tale wonderland. All the nice green moss.
Just making our way down the Jameson Ridge. It's a really nice gentle track through the stunted beech forest. Nice way to end the trip. It's been a pretty awesome day coming down through the mist and waking up this morning. Overall fantastic, highly recommend checking out the mole tops and doing the route that we did. Back down now at the start of the Jameson Ridge track. How'd you find that bit?
It was quite nice.
Pretty rough.
Through the beech forest.
Track was alright, still pretty rough though. Now we got
About 3k along the road.
3 k's to go along the gravel road or so. That was the trip, and thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel for more cool trips coming up. And that's all for this one.